Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sean with BlueRidgeSilverhound. Hope everyone's doing well. I thought about not doing a video for today, but I got a really good topic. I've had a few people that have commented specifically on these bad boys. Whoop! Star notes. And I tell most folks just hold on and keep every single one that you do come across, because you just never know what you're gonna find. There's been some pretty crazy developments here in the last few years regarding some of the notes with stars on them that you can find in your your pocket change in your wallet, in your purse today. And what I have to say is going to be pretty important, because you need to know how rare your star note is. Believe it or not, there's kind of a varying degree of rarity from one star note to another. Do you have one that maybe was printed into oblivion that's not worth a whole much more than face value? Yeah, that's a question for you. Or how about one that with a print run of under 100,000 notes, which is quite rare considering how many total dollar bills becomes printed every year. Which, by the way, you could always go onto the BEP website and see for yourself how many bills are being printed daily or weekly, or however you want to drill down to a specific time period. But they print money every single day. All right, because as we know, or maybe some of you are probably not aware of, paper money doesn't have too long of a kind of like life out in circulation. The number I've heard is 18 to 24 months. All right. So, yeah, these things right here, if you come across a brand new one, I actually have one right here that's quite crispy and new. Star note, by the way. Bam. So stars have a star at the end of the serial number. But a note like this, pretty fresh and crispy, can only last, according to experts out there, 18 to 24 months. All right, so there's a pretty neat website. You guys are probably familiar with it. It's called mycurrencycollection.com. It is being currently used to look up star notes. And the reason why that this is an important tool for you guys to use is that it allows you to find out the rarity, the respective print runs of each of the stars. Furthermore, the 2013 B New York star notes are actually quite coveted today because the BEP inadvertently printed the same serial number twice on that particular, serial number range for those stars. They printed it way back in 2013 at the Washington, D.C. facility, and then they printed the same numbers at the Dallas Fort Worth facility. So the idea is these folks like to try and find the same serial number from the DC print and then the Fort Worth printing, get them together, and they're worth a lot of money. We're talking many thousands of dollars. So when you first go onto this website, by the way, there's your URL, mycurrencycollection.com. There is, right off the bat, 4 different options for you to choose from. Okay, there's 2 that are relevant to star notes. That's going to be the star note lookup. That's where you could click into that, type in the serial number along with the prefix and suffix characters on the serial number, and it gets your data that way. All right, but the actual piece of information that I want to show you today, because this is more relevant as far as a kind of like bigger scope or picture of what notes are being printed with like a 2017 or a 2017A series date on it, has the lowest print run. So you're going to be able to see the whole thing on there, including the actual serial number ranges for each of those. So we're going to use the star note tables for this particular video. And then we'll talk into a little bit about value at the end, because I'm sure a lot of you are going to have some sort of question regarding what's this note worth if it has such a low print run. right? We'd all want to know that because these things are like diamonds in the rough. I mean, no joke. Some of these notes sell for $50, $100 and up. So, as you can see right here, and then, I'll get into this here in a second, but we have the 2017A lineup of 1s, 2s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, and 100s. So you could click on any one of those denominations, grab your data that way. 2017, still a date that is very relevant to us. These were produced right around 2015 to 2017. And you have 1s, 10s, and 20s. So they actually give you the denominations where you can find star notes for that particular series. And then you have 2013, you have 09A, 2009, and then the list, continues to go down based off of age. So folks have asked me, and have also kind of like half-heartedly joked about why the brand new notes say 2017A. We're in 2022. I know, it seems silly, but the thing you gotta know about currency that's being produced today is that the series date doesn't go up 1 year for every year that we flip the calendar. So let's say, for instance, this says 2022 on it. All right. Once we flip into 2023, it's not going to flip to 2023. You know why? Because the secretary and the treasurer are still the same people, when they cross over into 2023. So that's the big reason why it says Series 2017, is because you still have the same people in office as you did 4 years ago. So they're going to continue to do that until one of these people leaves office. Then they'll go ahead and put the new signature on there of the new treasurer or the new secretary, and then modify the series. They might even do a 2017B. I don't know. We just never know. And a lot of that has to do is if one of the people on here still stays in office, then they'll keep it at that particular series year. Hopefully that addresses that. So we're going to, for this particular exercise, because I don't want this to be a half an hour video, is to deep dive into two of my favorite denominations, okay, 1s and 5s. And 2017A has been printed into oblivion over even regular 2017s. So when we click on the $1 bills, it's going to bring up an ad. So we're going to close that. So we're going to go ahead and check out the data for the 2017A run. All right, so there's a lot of information to kind of unwrap here. And the column that you want to particularly focus on is this one here. It says run size. So the run size can cap out at 3.2 million. That is a very large run size. Those particular star notes in circulated condition is really only worth about $1. All right. So if you were to say to find a star note dollar bill, and you're like, I wonder what the run size of this is. And then you'll go on the website. You can easily access this, by the way, on your smartphone. I actually have it bookmarked for easy access. There's no official app. So I just go onto the internet, type it as I would on the computer or laptop, and then access it that way. But you would go ahead and put the data in on your device, pull it up, you would get this information. If it says 3.2 million, it's a spender. I always spend them, but some people, and then people have actually had success saving these, and all of the high print run star notes, it doesn't matter what condition, they'll usually collect these until they have about a full strap, which is $100 face, and then they'll go ahead and sell it on eBay for about 1.5 to 2 times face value. You could do that as well. So you don't necessarily have to take my say so and all of this as to what's a spender or not. You could just save all of those dollars if and only if it's not going to break your back as far as savings is concerned. Some people live by the buck. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So the print runs that you want to kind of pay attention to, and they're actually color coded, which is really cool on this website, is anything 640,000 print run and under. Now, here's the caveat. With 640,000, the note has to be in nice enough condition that it's going to be a collectible for someone that wants the note. Oftentimes, you talk to any high-end collector of star notes, they want pristine examples, like literally paper money that's been printed yesterday or same day that they have found in circulation. Because what they'll do is they'll take those notes, they'll send them off to like PMG grading or PCGS currency, and, get that thing back. And if it grades like a 66, 67 and higher, those star notes actually sell for, a few $100 and higher. And if the print run is a lot lower than that, like say this one here at 250,000, those are type of notes that even in that low run, if the note has a little bit of circulation wear, that is still a very sellable collectible piece on the open market. And me personally, I generally have the most success selling these notes on eBay. All right. Some people are going to say, well, isn't there any other way? No, there really isn't. Because that's the marketplace where you're able to capture the largest single audience of currency collectors, bar none. So use them while you can. So what's cool is when you look at 250,000, that is a really ridiculously low serial number range. So from zeros, with serial number 1 with a star, all the way up to 250K. All right, that's the run size for any of those notes within that range, and it has the E prefix and then a star for your suffix. That's the ending part of that serial number. So 250K is fantastic. Typically, when I found notes that are in that particular run size on a dollar bill, and I found my fair share of them, I usually sell them for about $30 to $40 in circulated condition. They go up a lot more if they're uncirculated, fresh out of a BEP strap or something like that. So keep that in mind. These notes have a lot of value in run sizes under 250K. So we have a few more here. We have a 640, another 640 here, and then 500,000 for this L block, which is San Francisco. Again, there's the serial number range. They vary sometimes. In this particular case, the 500,000 print run is from serial number 064000001 to L06 900,000. So it doesn't necessarily have to start at serial number 1 and then go up to 500,000 on the serial number range. It could occur anywhere in the middle. So that's the 2017 A series. Here's 2017. Now it gets very interesting because there are some ridiculously rare notes. For example, this A block right here, which has a print run size of only 25,000 notes produced. I mean, check out the color of the band they use. It's like a really epic dark blood red that they use for it, indicating its rarity. This thing is super ooper duper rare. Did I get that right? I just kind of made that up. But that is a note, ladies and gentlemen, that it will sell in any condition. And you'll probably end up getting in like a raggedy, beat up kind of condition note, anywhere from $80 to $100 for that type of note. Me personally, for as much currency as I go through, I've never found a print run quite that low. But be mindful that that exists in circulation. It's a series 2017. It's a relatively newer note. So, always look out for things like this because they do exist. These micro kind of print runs exist, anywhere from dollar bills to 2s, 5s, 20s, 100s. Here's one right here in F block for 250,000 print run. There's 500, 250, 250. I mean, 2017 is littered with low print runs. 500,000. I mean, it's all gravy. And these are notes that, ladies and gentlemen, at any given time, you could throw up on eBay, get 20x face value for them, 40x face value. Like, these 250K notes. Again, I sell these regularly for between $30 and $40. There are people that just want an example of that particular, say, K-star run of 250,000. All right. There are people that collect each and every single print, or one of each of every single print run on there. And here's 2013. I mean, these still are out there. I still come across them quite regularly. 250,000 on there. 3.2 million. That's very high. Just, do what you want to do with those. 250 here on the E star block. Here's an F star, 250. Here's one that's 100,000. So that's a rarity. That's a note that you could flip for 50, 60 bucks on any given day. If the note is uncirculated and brand new, you could easily get $200-300 for those raw. But check that out. Again, more low print runs. Look at this one. San Francisco L star block. From serial number 1 all the way up to 80,000 print run. I could only imagine how much something like that would sell it for in today's marketplace. So yeah, I mean, this is the table at work. And me personally, the lowest print run size that I have found in circulation has been 96,000. And that was a note that was in pretty solid kind of like XF condition. I actually traded that toward the purchase of a gold certificate about 7 years ago. I believe it was like I think 2009, or maybe not. Let's see if I could find this one. It was an older one, I could tell you that. Was it even $1? It might have been a 5, or now that I think about it, yeah, it wasn't a dollar bill. I can tell you that right now. It had a print run of 96,000. Oh, you know what it was? It was a $10 bill. $10 bill, I think it was 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. It wasn't the series 1999. I think it wasn't 90. I think it was this one right here. Yeah, 2003. 128,000. Where was it? This one here. 128,000. I ended up getting this back as change from a Safeway. And it was in really nice shape. Yeah, that's the one. DH block. 128,000 print run. That was that note that I ended up putting. I think it was like 60, 70 bucks in trade value toward a gold certificate that I still have to this day. Oh, look at that one, 9,600 on a 2004 A series note. I mean, you guys do your research. This is here. It's public information for everyone to take a look at. There is a lot of information here. If you guys think that star notes are nothing, you need to look at this data, because it will blow your mind how low some of these print runs are. Like I just within the last like 30 or 60 days found two $20 bills with a print run of under 320,000. So they exist pretty frequently out there today in circulation. So this was epic, man. Did a lot of good stuff here. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of a takeaway from this video on how to use these star note tables. It's actually quite easy if you haven't done so. But keep in mind, a lot of the sales revolve around eBay. You just constantly just sell these on eBay. If you assembled, say, $100 face value in the 3.2 million print run notes, sell them for $200. I know there's a guy that's local to me here in Northern California that's been doing it for easily 3-4 years and has been selling those $100 face value packs for $199 or $179 and making at least $50 profit out of every strap of 100. So again, there's some money to be made here. The notes are quite valuable. They're very, very desirable for the collector base of these things, but I wanted to take some time to show you guys this information, where to pick up the information as far as run size, because that's the most important number when you're going to sell these. All right, always put it in your listing title when you're advertising it, whether it's on eBay or Facebook or whatever. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in this video on star note tables and how to find out if you have a rarity on your hands. These notes can be ridiculously valuable. That's it. You guys take care. Happy hunting. Would love to hear about your successful finds. Take care.